There's a list of players, but just your relief pitchers that are going down to you.
Yeah, so we've got, let's see if I can remember this. Seawald and Steph in Akron. Sobrowski's still in Columbus. So those three are on rehab assignment, and Beebs is in his throwing progression doing well. So, yeah, all those guys in game action is great. And then Beebs is in his throwing program.
Is Beebs, I know we kind of talked last week, is it just still kind of day-to-day, week-to-week on how I'll get back to?
Yeah, anytime we're doing rehabs, we go week to week. We don't get ahead of ourselves. We want to make sure that we are doing it appropriately. But he's feeling good, and that's all we really care about right now.
Stephen, with you had that West Coast trip to start the season. Now this one, does it feel good to get those out of the way before you get to the halfway point, or does it not matter?
I mean, I think that's my first time ever having like an 11-day trip, East Coast time to West Coast time. Wow, that's a beast. And our guys did great. So yeah, we're happy that we don't have to go back to the West Coast. We get to stay close to home. That was a long 11-day trip, 2 off days, 9 games. Weird hours, but our guys did great. We got punched in the teeth in Seattle, and then came back to win the next 2 series. That's the resilience of this group. It would have been real easy to limp into San Francisco, but we came out, hit the ground running. So glad that those are over with, and we're right back at it with a tough Toronto team back home.
I feel like the last 2 days in Sacramento, your offense and maybe not people from the farm may not see it, but you got hits, had guys on some walks. Do you feel like you maybe kind of getting out of the hole they were in?
Yeah, I thought we looked like ourselves the last 2 days in Sacramento. When we're getting on base, when we're putting pressure on the defense, stringing hits together, that's when we're at our best. And we struggle with we struggle with that in Seattle and San Francisco a little bit too. But it was nice to see us turn it around those last 2 games, give us some good juju coming into today.
I know you didn't play with Ernie Clement a long time, and it's not just about Ernie, but Ernie's been playing really well. We've all know his story here. What do you feel like helps a young player after they bounce around a little bit, have to go up and down, and what helps that light bulb kind of go off maybe for them?
I think anytime, whether it's you get traded, DFA'd, everybody goes through that unless your name's Mike Trout, right? So you learn something every place you go, and it's a fresh start every time, and you take what you learned from the previous places you've been. Maybe it was playing every day one place, and maybe it was a platoon one place, maybe it was a bench role, maybe it was this. But you take all those different things, and then you come to a place like Toronto, get a chance to play every day for a little bit, but now you're really fitting into this opportunity to play versus left-handed pitching, and you start to really understand this is my strength. My strength is hitting left-handed pitching and playing really good defense. And then you continue to really feel that roll out, and now you've owned it, and you go dominate that, and that's how you continue to earn more opportunities. And getting to play with Ernie and getting to know him a little bit, I'm not surprised at all he's doing this. He reflected on his time in Cleveland, he reflected on his time in Oakland. Now he's with Toronto. If he made another stop in there, I'm not sure, but he's able to put those pieces together now and just go out and be him, be the player that he is. So it's really fun to see Ernie doing well. He could just take a few days off and we'll be good.
Steve, what do you make of Toronto as a club? We don't see them all the time.
It's a great offense, really deep. They have hitters from both sides of the plate that can get you. The starting pitching is tremendous, and it's a really good bullpen. And they play great defense. This is a really good team we're about to play. We saw them a couple months ago. They're playing much, much better baseball than they were at that time. And but we always knew, even when you're playing them, doesn't matter how they've been playing, they can come out at any time and be a really good team. So a lot of respect for those guys, and we got our work cut out for us for 3 days.
Now that you guys got through that road trip, how nice is it to be home, and do you feel like you guys can build some momentum from that?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, the road trip started tough, and then we were able to bounce back, win 2 series, which was huge, and against a couple good teams. And then we got a nice little stretch here at home. I think we got 1 in Chicago, and then we come back here for a while. Hopefully we can kind of get rolling and enjoy some home cooking.
One personal, how do you not try to play catch up when you're trying to catch up? No pun intended.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of it, but I mean, we it's really cliche, but it's just like a day at a time. Like, we're going to prepare each game the same and just go out and try to win that game and then do it all again the next day.
I like great stories in baseball. That's why I do this job. And getting to know people like you and these guys in this clubhouse, you root for them when you know them. Ernie Clement's one of those guys for me. What is it about what Ernie's doing Nobody wants him to do it over the next 3 days, but what's great about what Ernie's doing for all of you guys that know him?
Ernie's the man. Super pumped for him. I mean, he's had a really good year, and just kind of like you said, his story. Like he came up with Cleveland, goes to the big leagues. I was in AAA at the time. He gets sent down. Obviously, bad moment for anybody, but he came and he was so positive. Like he enjoyed being there. He wasn't like, oh, this is stupid, I shouldn't be here. He's like, no, I'm gonna get better. When it goes over to Toronto, and I mean, you've seen it. He's made adjustments, and he's tearing it up. And I think everybody who knows him is super pumped for him.
The part of the story you tell is like most of these guys, you know, we tell the Jose Ramirez story. He had to go back to the minors. A lot of guys have to go back to the minors after they get here. Why is it the guys that can do that, like yourself, find a way to bounce back and find a way to prosper after that?
Yeah, it just speaks to who they are. And Ernie's an unbelievable guy. And some people kind of take it personally. He was like, no, I wasn't good enough. I'm going to work at it. And he's made some unbelievable improvements. And yeah, hopefully we can keep him down this weekend. But yeah, he's a stud.
Try to bone on him.
Not me, maybe somebody else. But yeah.
Oh, the element of surprise.
Yeah, that's right.
What's it like coming back here for you? And be honest.
I love it, man. I love it. The people here are really special, and they hold a special spot in my heart. So I love seeing everybody and coming back to the city. It's real special.
What did you learn here that you're taking with yourself throughout your journey to get to where you're at as a player?
Yeah, I mean, I learned so much, positive, negative. I learned what not to do, and I learned what works. So, I did a lot of growing up in this city. So it's and with the guys on the team, I still keep in touch with all the boys over there. So, like I said, it's awesome coming back.
I sometimes whisper that you pay attention to what's going on with us, and when you kick like Minnesota's butt or somebody, you're like, I'm doing that for the boys. Because I know this place meant something to you, but it is kind of cool for people to know that.
Always. Yeah, I didn't do too much while I was here. So the little things I can do to help you boys out over here is good. So if I gotta beat up on Minnesota or Chicago or anybody in that division, I try to.
All right, let me tell you something I didn't tell you before the camera, but in knowing people that know you, I had a couple. Stephen Vogt is one of the guys that talked to me about this. One of them is right there, David Fry. Fry said he was down in Columbus when you went down. And he said when you went down, he didn't know you well, he knew you. He goes, but he thinks your success right now comes from the great attitude you had when you went to Columbus. He goes, a lot of guys go down there and they're mad and take it out on people, and that wasn't where you were at. Do you remember that time and how it's helped you get down?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime I've had failure, I've looked in the mirror. I don't blame anybody else. It's always been on me, and there's always something else I can do and change. And I've had to do a lot of looking in the mirror at times, and it's really been having that attitude, the growth mindset has been so huge for me, and I think I've gotten a lot better as a baseball player and a lot better as a human being because of it. So I appreciate them saying that.